Well, here they are, the AAA Washington Varsity News Offensive All-State Team.
The 2009 AAA Washington Varsity News All-State Offense. Colin Porter, Bothell.
When you're talking offense, it all starts up front, and for the Blue Train, it was an outrageously productive season, and Colin Porter was literally one of the biggest reasons why. Porter was named the Kinco Crown co-offensive MVP, and he never gave up a sack. He's going to be a University of Washington Husky.
Ben Riva, O'Day.
Ben Riva is yet another future Washington Husky who led the way for the Fighting Irish power running game this season. Big number 59 was the man protecting quarterback Gabe Lee's blindside, as well as the go-to guy for Zach Fogerson and Keenan Forge to run behind.
Jace Budarak, Skyline.
Jace Budarak is a two-time All-Kinco offensive lineman who got his first start in the playoffs as just a sophomore. Now, when you think about all the crazy offensive numbers that Skyline has put up over the years, stop and think for a moment about the O-line and the job that they have done, and specifically Jace Budarak. Heaps and Williams may get all the pub, but the 6'4", 289-pound senior is as deserving an All-Stater as any player on this list.
Danny Shelton, Auburn.
Danny Shelton is just a junior, and already he's a two-time All-SPSL selection, and this year he's All-State. Number 71 for the Trojans is a monster up front on both sides of the ball. Huge and surprisingly nimble, Shelton paved the way for a record-setting Auburn ground game and has multiple big-time D1 scholarship offers.
Sione Patoe, Lakes.
When you've got a ground game that goes for more than 3,000 yards rushing in one season, you are bound to have some big guys up front, and nobody was bigger in the state of Washington than Sione Patoe. The 6'3", 280-pounder tore it up on both sides of the football. We call that foreshadowing, leading the way for the Lakes Lancers as they went all the way to the state semifinals before losing to Liberty in a game in which Patoe didn't get to play in.
Michael Hartvigsson, Bothell.
The 6'6", 240-pound plus tight end Michael Hartvigsson was a monster threat in the red zone for Bothell. The UW-bound senior made the most of his 23 catches, as 8 of those went for touchdowns.
Kason Williams, Skyline.
The wide receivers on this year's squad are not only incredibly talented, but all three are just juniors. Of course, Kason Williams makes the All-State team for the second straight season. Widely considered the premier recruit of the class of 2011, the three-sports superstar pulled in 72 passes for 1,250 yards and 20 TDs.
Evan Peterson, Issaquah.
There have been some outstanding receivers at Issy this decade, but Evan Peterson, the junior, has established himself as a record holder. Check it out. Number 9 set records this year for catches in a game, 13, yards in a game, 271. Peterson finished the season with 90 catches and more than 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns. All of those are school records.
Ramel Dockery, Curtis.
The uber-athletic Ramel Dockery was instant excitement on the football field this season for the Curtis Vikings, as Dockery caught 36 passes for 1,077 yards, or an unbelievable 30 yards per catch. That's right, 30, and 14 touchdowns. Dockery is also greased lightning on the special teams as he returned a half-dozen punts and kicks to the house.
Austin Denton, Marysville Pilchuck.
Austin Denton may have missed 2 games due to injury, but still finished with 2,055 yards. Denton was a real workhorse for the Tomahawks as he gained more than 200 yards in every game he played. Denton had 26 touchdowns for the Tommies and will continue his high school sports career in the spring as he's an All-State center fielder on the baseball diamond.
Anthony Murray, Bethel.
Anthony Murray was insane this year. There is no other way to put it. He completely rewrote the SPSL record books for the Bethel Braves. Murray went for more than 2,000 yards rushing and shattered the total yardage mark in the South Puget Sound League.
Jay Heaps, Skyline.
In 3 seasons as Skyline's starting quarterback, Heaps has an overall record of 40-2 and has never lost in the postseason. The talented signal caller led the Spartans to a 3rd consecutive state championship, throwing for more than 3,200 yards and tallied 45 touchdown passes. Before heading to BYU in January as an early graduate, Heaps will play in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl in San Antonio.